here we are, and we've arrived at episode 4, and this is the first Star Wars movie that we began working on. Although we didn't release. What we're going to be watching today is the final official version of it, which was just released 2019 on Disney Plus.
This is a crazy Plus original.
Yes, this movie has a crazy history because I believe, and I'm not an Oscar historian, there may be other examples, but I believe it might be the first unfinished work print of a feature film to be nominated for Best Picture.
Correct.
And that's created a lot of confusion. There are people to this day who swear they saw Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope in 1977. It's impossible because we didn't even call it that then. It was we released it without a title. We just called it Star Wars.
Yes.
And that is its title.
Yes, but that was a work title. It's people who saw the dress rehearsal and thought they went to opening night. That's basically we've been there has been mass hysteria worldwide, and maybe we did too many test screenings. I blame myself because we did a round in '77 and we decided let's test it around the world in theaters everywhere, and people waiting around the block to see test screenings.
Yes.
And then we said,
hey, George,
let's try it again. Yeah,
George, let's start the movie, and then you can keep talking while we start.
Let's go ahead. All right, let's start it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, are you ready? We're going to start in 1, 2, 3.
All right. So 1978, we did a second round of test screenings.
Still on one. Okay.
And then we started, and then maybe we got ahead of ourselves because I said, you know what? Let's not finish it yet. Let's do a second film. Let's work on the 5th film now.
Yes.
And then the 6th film, and we'll figure out the 4th film later. Then in the 90s, we did another round of test screenings. And then we decided, you know what? I think we're finally ready to release the first 3. And we nailed them. 1, 2, 3. Perfect on the first. And yet it took over a decade for us to get this film in shape. It's been a nightmare. Episode 4, A New Hope. It's so exciting to finally be able to see this movie. And we're thrilled to have our guest, Mr. Alan Sepinwall, critic for Rolling Stone.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Have you seen the film before, Alan?
Yeah, I'm very happy to be watching Star Wars with you guys.
So this is amazing. So you watched it, I guess, pretty soon after joining Disney Plus? It
Yes.
was like one of your first watches on the service?
Yes, so I immediately got to enjoy all the final touches that you put on it here at the end.
It's funny because people were like saying this is such a weird situation. This is so unprecedented. You had a major Pixar film released in theaters, and then only 3 weeks later, it was available on Disney Plus. And I'm like, you want to know a weirder situation? A movie going straight to Disney Plus after 40 years of test screenings. 40 plus.
Yeah.
It never even got its proper theatrical run.
Well,
it ended up premiering on Disney Plus.
If these were all test screenings, I paid a lot of money for these.
And we thank you for that. It helped finance the completion funds for the film. That's how we were able to finish it, finally.
Right.
It was like a very public...
when we started... Yes. There was no Kickstarter when we started doing this, so we kind of had to make our own, which was like, how about if we sell tapes of some of these work prints? We'll put them out on videotape. We'll put them out on Laserdisc. We'll put them out on DVD.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they progressively got better.
And here we are. We're finally watching it.
Yes. Finally, we've locked the McClunky cut. And that is what we are watching today. Yeah. The final, the true cut. And really the first proper cut of Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope.
Guys, it's just called Star Wars.
I'm finally...
I don't know. Are you watching the same opening?
Episode 4,
we just,
A New Hope.
I'm pretty sure I read on the screen. Last time I checked, I'm pretty goddamn literate. I know you're the fancy writer, man.
Yeah.
With TV the book. But the last time I checked, TV the book is a bit of a contradiction.
A bit, yes. But I'm just saying, I've seen this movie, and it is called Star Wars.
Well, look, I don't want to restart it. I don't want to tell you to rewind. But the McClunky cut just told me differently.
I mean, we're going to get... we're going to get into a whole who's on first thing here. What's your book? TV.
Yes.
But it's a book? No, but it's TV.
Yes.
This is a oh, here we are. Look at all these men waiting to shoot a bad guy, and this man is very concerned. They're all worried. And who's going to come through the store?
Could be anyone.
But little Anakin Skywalker. But he's all grown up now.
Because I was going to say, little Annie, I remember him being what, 4'6", 4'8" at most. This looks like a very big Annie.
Yeah.
This silhouette, cutting a silhouette.
Well, we haven't even seen him yet.
But I feel his presence already. I feel a great disturbance. This is not the little Annie that I once knew and fathered.
I mean, who would have thought that the pod racing champion would shoot up a starship?
Did you guys see this?
This is not what I predicted for him.
Did you see what popped up at the bottom of our screen? Star Wars Twitter just announced that Taika Waititi is directing the next Star Wars film.
Oh, wow.
Is this a scoop?
That's great news.
I mean, is he going to do that before or after the Rian Johnson trilogy?
Yeah, well, first of all,
I mean, who knows?
The Rian Johnson trilogy. And I think what the fans have been asking for is a new director on the Rian Johnson trilogy, but to still call it the Rian Johnson trilogy. I think that's like the best of both worlds.
Okay.
The thing I want to know, because I saw his last film, and I want to know, will Hitler be in the new Star Wars movie? Because he's a bad guy, but he played him for laughs. That was hats off to him.
He did. He did
a tough one. I feel like he made Hitler funny, and I had Hitler in Last Crusade with Indiana Jones for one little joke, one little gag,
just quick.
And that was all I was willing to do. I thought we'll do one joke and then out.
Right.
But,
I mean, this is
what the Nazis are always.
It's a sensitive subject, right?
I mean,
and
these
Hitler, these
stormtroopers are. These stormtroopers are. We took that name from the Nazis.
Right.
They're Nazis.
No, what I was going to say is that Hitler, we hear that name and we go, "Oh no, I don't like him. He makes me very angry. I want to complain." And what Taika Waititi did is he put Hitler in a movie and he made me go, "Oh, this is like," he made him like Jar Jar Binks. Everyone loves him. We laugh. We are charmed by his hijinks. He's America's favorite. So somehow he turned Hitler into the new Jar Jar Binks, which I did not think was possible.
I'm not sure I remember Jar Jar the same way.
The new Jar Jar Binks.
How
do you remember Jar Jar, Alan?
I don't remember.
If you guys are critic, if you had to.
I don't think he was quite as universally beloved as Watto is suggesting.
You don't think that Jar Jar was as universally loved as Hitler?
No, as Watto was suggesting that Jar Jar was universally beloved, and that is not my memory of 1999.
Did you like him? That's the important part. Did you like Jar Jar when you saw Episode 1, The Phantom Menace?
I did not. I see him now through new eyes because my son loves those movies and loves Jar Jar, so I guess I sort of, by proxy, now also like Jar Jar.
Smart kid. Very smart kid.
Well, I'm going to chalk that up as two people who love Jar Jar in your household. And that's a lot.
Look at this kind compliment here. Did they get to sleep? They look super refreshed. Let me make this very clear to you. No. We have not slept.
We are not super refreshed.
No, 12 hours later.
Super refreshed.
Hey, Alan?
Yes.
I slept for a little bit.
Good for you, Patrick.
A little bit. A little bit.
That's the reason I'm super refreshed is because I'm so excited to be watching Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope.
Yes.
Princess Leia is getting ready to tell Darth Vader exactly what she thinks of him. She doesn't put up with any nonsense, and she's not scared of him. This is a great father-daughter scene. It's just like, oh, she's talking back to me. She doesn't respect me. As a parent, it's hard not to look at this scene and have some empathy for Darth there. He doesn't know how to get through to his own daughter.
He didn't have...
That's hard.
I'll say this. He did not have a
He wasn't around.
father figure in his life, and for that, I apologize. I should have and could have stepped up. But he does not know how to behave. He never saw a good enough influence, a model to copy.
No. Well, and that's and I wouldn't put all the blame on you, because it's hard being the product of Immaculate Conception.
Absolutely.
And I don't think anyone talks about that.
No.
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody, either real or fictional, who was the product of Immaculate Conception who didn't have a rough ride.
I got a question for Alan. Okay.
Shoot.
TV the book.
Yeah.
Now, when I hear Star Wars, I think movies.
Yes.
But more and more these days, Star Wars exists on TV.
It does.
The 2 original series, Droids and Ewoks, then Clone Wars, Rebels.
Yep.
What was the other one called?
Resistance.
And
there was also another Clone Wars that Tartakovsky did.
Sure. And then now The Mandalorian, the first live action show. How
and let's not forget the Star Wars Holiday Special, which is feature length, but which played on TV
and featured B. Arthur
in an era when most movies of that nature.
Well, hey, Alan, no spoilers. We'll be watching that in just an hour or two from now.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
But how would you say, as a historian of television, as a keeper of the frame in the grand tapestry of television, how would you sort of assess Star Wars' run in the television medium?
I feel like it's really just getting started now. Like, obviously, the Clone Wars series, both of them are very good, and they have a following, and I know that people seem really pleased with the finale that came out today. But, until recently, Star Wars mainly existed as a movie franchise, and there would be the TV specials now and then, but it was primarily a thing you went to the movies, and at the moment, nobody goes to the movies, and so everything is starting to become television, but also... The Mandalorian was instantly beloved, and it's basically the only original content that Disney Plus has. So, that's Star Wars TV.
And yet, Alan,
it's funny you mentioned that.
Yes,
George, are we rushing to make the same point here?
Did we lose George?
No, let's see.
There he is.
No, I'm here.
I mean, we're addressing 2 issues here. One, Star Wars on TV just getting started. There's not enough to be able to really judge in the modern era. 2, as you point out, not enough original content on Disney Plus. Hey, I know how to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, Alan.
And how is that, Watto?
Have you ever heard of a little TV show called Star Wars Detours?
I heard George talking about it earlier in this very telethon. Well,
so then you understand.
That's right.
Disney.
What do you think about the
a bird in the hand
idea? A company holding on to 39 fully completed and locked animated episodes of a Star Wars television, executive produced by George Lucas.
This guy,
one of the most important figures of 20th and 21st century filmmaking, and not releasing them. Don't you think that's a crime against culture, a crime against television?
It's a goddamn disgrace, guys. I am 100% on board with you. Release Detours, please.
Release Detours.
Rolling Stone. Now, let me say this. I know that you don't like it when, sometimes people will make a TV series and they'll say, well, we really treated it as a 6-hour movie.
The worst.
And you hate that, right?
Worst.
You hate that.
Yes.
Well, how do you feel about me, the only theatrical filmmaker who called my movies episodes in an era when TV was not considered the high art form that it is today?
I love it. It's why I love being on this show, talking about the Star Wars, which is what its title is.
Yes.
As you can even see the logo up above Watto's head there. No, I'm very proud that you took on the episodic mantle like that, George.
You can't spell TV without T and half of the letter W that are in Star Wars.
That's true. That is entirely true.
That's what I always say. That's what I always say.
I never thought of it like that.
Now, do you like The Mandalorian? It's got Jawas in it. Jawa a movie now.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed The Mandalorian a lot. It was fun.
I mean, that's all these are supposed to be. They're just fun. They're just for fun.
They're for kids. They're for fun.
Not aspiring to anything deeper than fun.
Yeah. No, they're for kids.
Well, sure. I want to talk about deep themes of tragedy and destiny and sacrifice and duty and honor. These are all grand themes, but at the end of the day, these are just some silly stories that we made for kids.
Poor R2. He gets so abused by the Jawas.
Alan, a guy named PieManPie2424 in the chat.
Yeah.
He wants to know which Star Wars characters would thrive in The Wire and vice versa.
I think Han Solo would do very well
Ooh,
for
I like this.
in The Wire, especially the early Han Solo before he develops a conscience and somehow becomes a general within the rebellion. He would do well. Watto, I think, would actually come out exceptionally well in The Wire. Like, I could see you as the Baltimore police commissioner by the end of that series.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I have the range. People just won't let me show it.
No, I totally like.
I
David
think Jar Jar
should have given you a meeting
because people think I'm just a sort of a morally corrupt junk shop owner and slave owner. But in fact, I have the range to also play a morally corrupt major city mayor.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
I mean, there's you and there's Glyn Turman.
I think the Jar Jar. I think the Jar Jar would be very important in The Wire because very often there are good intentions that are thwarted by miscommunications, mishaps. Somebody doesn't tell the right person the right information, and then horrible things happen. Which, that's classic Jar Jar.
Yeah, no, Jar Jar could totally replace her.
I think
major unit.
Or he could be Carcetti. He could be the mayor. And he tries to do something to help schools out, but then ultimately, he doesn't have the money in the budget, and then at Jar Jar because the schools are underfunded.
Oh man,
and I know this doesn't make any sense, but McNulty could be called McClunky.
That's the first thing I thought of when I heard McClunky was this some sort of Wire crossover.
Oh, it would be so great. C-3PO definitely is a character who could be on The Wire.
He'd be the guy taking notes on the criminal conspiracy. Stringer would not approve of that.
Right. Trying to think which other characters. Jabba the Hutt would definitely, the crime lord.
He'd be Prop Joe. He'd be working out in a shop.
That's right. Boba Fett would be Omar.
Omar's more competent than Boba Fett, though.
Yeah, but they both got killed in a dumb way.
Okay, no. Point to Mr. Lucas. Fair.
No, but you know who else got killed in a dumb way? Boba Fett. Spoiler. Omar could be Boba Fett.
Okay.
Fan favorite.
That's right.
Savvy.
Fan favorite.
Still somehow
died. There's no question in my mind that. Yeah. Loves Honey Nut Cheerios.
Totally.
People don't know that about Boba Fett. They're called something else. It's basically the same thing.
Under
C-3PO was a honey sweetened cereal. Very nice. Yeah. Now, somebody asked recently about why R2-D2, who we've seen in the prequels, knows a lot more than he communicates. Why doesn't he tell Luke everything he knows about what happened in the prequels? And I think this is a great question. And the fact of the matter is he does. He tells. We didn't subtitle R2's beeps, but I'm going to explain when we get here in a second exactly what R2-D2 says in this scene. Because Luke comes over and he complains to his uncle because he has his own plans for the day and he doesn't want to be stuck taking care of these droids. All right? And R2, he gets one look at Luke Skywalker and he has a sense. And he's like, oh my gosh, that's one of Annie's twins. And he starts freaking out. He's beeping and he's saying, Darth Vader is your dad. That's what R2's saying. That's what he's saying right here. And then they turn around, they look at them, and he says, I have a video of your twin sister. And he gets zapped by the Jawas. And then R2-D2 is very sad here, and he says, ugh, nobody listens to me. R2-D2 basically spends the whole movie trying to tell people stuff about what happened in the prequels. But I don't think C-3PO can even understand him half the time. That's the truth.
Hey,
And
George.
that explains everything about, yeah.
We actually have another guest who wants to pop in and talk with Alan and you guys too. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
All right.
Absolutely.
We're going to bring him in.
Sure.
BB
Great.
Who is BB Great?
He'd be great.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Oh,
I know that
hello.
guy.
Hello.
What a special moment this is, Watto,
Oh,
George Lucas.
So nice to see
Sep.
you.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on, Ben?
can I say that, George, you basically are responsible for ILM, right? Then why
That's
is
right.
your computer by far
Basically.
the worst connection, the worst video quality, the biggest lag?
Great question.
Thanks, Watto.
I'm going to jump in here and answer because if he tries to answer, it will take too long with the technical limitations. Despite the fact that he created ILM and digital nonlinear editing and all these other technological breakthroughs in filmmaking, George, and this is true, the George we are talking to on this live stream philosophically thinks laptops are dumb and refuses to own one. So he is doing all of this off of his phone. He thinks they're stupid, and he doesn't need one, and he would never buy one.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. I think technology has its limits.
Sorry,
and
George,
I'm a big
can't
believer in
understand you.
tech.
George, I cannot
and
understand you,
also-
buddy. Your voice keeps breaking up, and it's probably because you're on your phone. So if you want to pop on a laptop or something like that while you're watching this, you're watching a streaming thing for, I would probably say 30, Watto, what is it, 30 hours?
30 hours.
30 hours. You might want to get off that Casio you got and pop on like a real device that can record.
We're less than halfway through. You should just crack open a laptop any moment now.
Watto, and I'm not trying to tell George what to do, but I listen to the guy who basically trades humans and junk. Do you know what I mean?
And I'm a dude who was made on the computer. Like, I know from computers. That's my motherland. And I'm saying this guy is stuck at Skywalker Ranch. The place must be lousy with laptops. Just pick one up off the floor, crack it.
Of course, you can make a droid out of anything nowadays. You got George Lucas here throwing around his freaking snake phone.
Such disrespect for
I
George
love this
Lucas.
bit, Ben. Delightful. No, it's all right. It's all right, Alan. Ben is a popular comedian. He likes to razz people. It's part of his, and I think it's part of what people find delightful about him.
He's the king of Sting. The
I
king
feel
of
like
Sting.
I'm
A lot of people are calling me the king of Sting. Thanks, Watto. A lot of people out there call me the king of Sting. Hey, how
He's the
many
king of
Sopranos
Sting.
or The Wire references have we gotten since Sep's been in the room?
Oh, we did a whole thing about casting The Wire with people from Star Wars. Any thoughts?
Well, my real question is, Paulie Walnuts is what in the Star Wars universe?
Great question.
Thank you, Watto.
Paulie Walnuts is the Imperial guy who gets choked out for his lack of faith.
Ozzel. Admiral Ozzel. Is that right? No.
all right.
Ozzel.
All right.
Which character? Look up the name of the guy who gets choked. Patrick.
Mahdi. It's Mahdi.
It's Mahdi.
There we go. Paulie Walnuts
Yeah.
is Mahdi.
Okay, I have
All
one
right.
more question for Sep. I basically joined now so I can talk to Sep.
I'm happy to make this happen.
I was supposed to come for the holiday special, but I know Watto, I can see him perfect, and I figured by the time I talk now, if I came for the holiday special, Lucas's digital thing will catch up.
Absolutely. Yes.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's cameo in The Sopranos is equal
Yes.
to what in the Star Wars universe?
Oh my God. Daniel Craig is the stormtrooper.
Great job. You're doing incredible.
That's what I'm here for. That's why they pay me the big bucks on this thing.
Watto's beard is as offensive as what in The Sopranos? Watto's beard in the movie. Your beard right now looks fantastic.
Thank you. I worked really hard on this one.
Well, the Sopranos say a lot of sort of bad things about members of other races that I'm not going to repeat here. But yeah, there's a lot of offensive stuff there.
I would say his beard. I'd say his beard is the Columbus Day episode.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I got to say, Ben, I'm feeling a real kinship. I mean, we've never met before, but we are two of the only Jewish actors to appear in the Star Wars saga. You and I.
Isn't Adam Driver Jewish?
He's not. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Patrick, Google that.
Yeah,
I believe he is the son of a Baptist minister. Because I fell for it.
I don't know what to believe in anymore. Wow.
I went, proud to have him on the tribe. And then I looked it up and I realized he was doing Jew face. And I said, I give him the pass. I'm giving him the pass.
This is like Mrs. Maisel all over again.
Absolutely.
Man.
A lot of people are saying that this is like Mrs. Maisel all over again.
Everyone's saying that about both controversy.
Oh boy.
I have a great Adam Driver story, but it involves in a movie that George didn't direct or produce or in us. Are we allowed to talk about that or no?
Yes, we recognize fan films on this.
Yeah, I bet I could.
Yes,
I bet I could find a connection.
You think so?
He's very talented.
Yeah,
I did a movie called The Force Awakens crew had is such a flex. By the way, I grew so much hair that the hat doesn't fit me anymore. I got all sorts of episode 7 stuff, George, but I know it's rubbing it in your face. I shouldn't do it.
no, it's fine. I think it's a cute film.
That's terrible of you. I did a movie called This Is Where I Leave You with Adam Driver, and we did a bunch of scenes together. And then I helped out with BB-8 in episode 7, and they let me be a stormtrooper, but I was in the full outfit, and my scene was with Adam Driver, and I was too embarrassed to tell him that I was an extra in the scene that he was doing until the very end when I took it off. But for about an hour and a half, I was behind him walking in the same thing and never told him who I was until the very end. I go, yeah, I'm sorry. It was a very fun little thing. I can get props. Do you guys want some Star Wars props? Watto probably has. Oh, should we put on like different Paul Walker hats while we got a Watto?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I was feeling a little bit insecure about you flexing your crew hat, so I thought I would show off my hat, which no brag here, but it is promoting the Blu-ray and DVD release. This was a hat you got from,
wow,
I don't know, working at a video store in 2011.
Which video store was it? Was it Vidiot's?
I mean, I didn't work there. This is an ex of mine.
Of course.
He left it in my plate.
Oh, okay, I'll give you my most favorite thing that I have. My friend Gil Ozeri gave me this gift. Wait a second.
Waiting with bated breath.
Uh-oh. You okay, Ben?
Nobody's talking while I left?
We were waiting with bated breath.
No, we just waited.
Okay, I'll start with I'll start with one of the more fun things. I stole a piece of the Millennium Falcon insulation.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And when I
great.
stole it, I tried to grab just a little bit when nobody was looking, and it kept ripping like a Mr. Bean movie. It went so I took that. And listen, of course we have our Star Wars watch when 7 came out.
Wow.
But the best thing, and we can go through cards. This is just old.
All right.
But the best thing that I have, Gil Ozeri gave me. And all he kept texting me was, if you are him, you smell like him, for a month. For 1 month straight. Gil Ozeri is the funniest person I've ever met in my life. He's an improviser and writer and actor. For a month straight, he kept writing, if you are him, you smell like him. And I said, who is him? And he goes, you. I go, I am him? He goes, yes. I go, do I smell like him? And he goes, not yet. For a month. For a month, this chain went. And then he gave me BB-8 cologne.
Ooh.
A month. And I think it's foreign because it's in like, oh no, it's American. But $12.98 for BB-8 cologne. Thank you. That's all I need. I no longer need to be the singular. Thank you, Patrick.
Hey, George, you should tell Ben about the Kelowna Comic-Con.
Oh, well, when we did Comic-Con, is that the story? Is that the story?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we did Comic-Con last year.
Oh man, this is, and you got 30 hours.
Williams was also
you have 30 hours of just not being able to communicate.
Yes. Well, to be fair, at this point, I think we only have 16 hours left.
16 hours. Watto's got a lot of heavy lifting to do, George.
No, 18 hours left. What am I talking about?
You're the first and you're the first person to complain about it. Everybody likes my pace. The first Star Wars is slower than any of the other ones. The one we're watching right now, that's a slow movie. We tried to get Billy D. Williams to do our panel at Comic-Con, and I tracked down his 1991 fragrance, Undeniable, and I got a couple of bottles of it that hadn't been opened. And we thought it would be fun if Comic-Con, we gave everybody who wanted a little spritz of this Billy D. Williams fragrance. And to sample it, I sprayed a little in the air. And within, what would you say, 10 seconds, the entire room was choking like it was like a sarin gas attack. Patrick was standing at the far wall of one of those Javits Center rooms. And people were just sickened by this 25-year-old fragrance. And then that's the end. That's the end of the story.
Well, no, but George, I mean, it's not the end. The thing is, at the time, it felt like what we were doing was irresponsible. But now you think about how the Javits Center was converted into a hospital for COVID patients. You're like, you left them a little gift. You left the Javits smelling a little nicer than it would have otherwise, because I guarantee you that scent is still lingering in those halls.
It was, I feel like, a bit of foreshadowing, because I do have a greater sense of how a very little amount of liquid can spread very quickly.
Sorry,
and how
I hate to interrupt, George.
And that's why we all need to stay
13 is asking, is he still streaming from his phone?
You've opened Pandora's box here, Ben. Now everyone's going to be doing it.
Everybody who's watching seems to be a funny human being. Every comment is like, oh, that's Patrick, are you just picking the best ones?
Yeah. George, Streeter89 in the chat says, my wife had an allergic reaction. I'm assuming that's about Billy D.
I like the one about the remastered version of the stream. That was pretty good.
Oh, here's a good comment. Someone, Steve Buscemi's ghost said, George is streaming from a fax machine. George is streaming this so it's compatible for Quibi.
666 viewers, though.
George, you do not have enough breath to do that.
George, I would take it down.
You don't know how much breath I have.
Oh, no.
George, you're like the color of a cherry right now. I'm very concerned.
George, you should take it down a notch. For real, you should take it down a notch. It's not going to be worth the commenting. George, George, you look like Santa Claus right now.
I'm scared for George right now.
I think we all have to pray for George right now.
Hold on.
Oh.
George, we have the actual BB-8 here. We don't need the inflatable version. It's okay.
It's going to take so. Oh, you know what I do have, Sep?
What do you have?
I should just unplug you.
I mean, George, literally don't waste your breath on this. It is unnecessary. We have enough material here to work with without the goddamn balloon.
How many more hours do we have to do this, Patrick?
Oh, my God.
And now his camera died? He knocked over the phone trying to blow up the balloon.
George, try to stretch this bit for the next 30 hours.
The hair's looking good, though, Ben.
Nothing. It worked for John Ralphio. Now it makes no sense for anything else.
Ben, was that a real background behind you?
What do you mean?
In the Parks special?
Yes.
No,
that part
nice
was
fireplace.
No, that was an effect.
No, it wasn't an effect. The only effects thing was they made me take a picture without a head brace. Watto, there's a show in America called Parks and Recreation. And
yeah, I know. I live on the Upper East Side in New York City. Come on.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
You can follow the continuity of the show, Ben.
I'm like a Bravo guy, but I know what Parks and Rec is.
What I was trying to say is I did a movie once in London, and the prop master made me a John Ralphio BB-8.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's the best.
Wow, that is amazing. That is so good.
Can we take note of the fact that George seems to be making progress on the balloon, but also his face is redder than ever?
Connor, for real. Connor, I'm not even doing a bit. Take it for real. Take it down. George Lucas, stop, for real. George, stop. I'm literally telling you to stop. The phone is massive. George, stop doing it. You haven't walked outside in months. This is terrible.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to tell you, George. It's working though. There's 40,000 people in the chat now. Whatever you're doing is working.
We take it back, George. You can't stop blowing, no matter what. You must continue blowing. It's working. We're raising money for the fired UCB staff. You're their only hope, George.
It's Watto. It's 38. It's 38. It's 1138. It's 1138. Oh, in the different time zone. I guess there was an hour ago.
Yes.
We're almost at 39.
Okay, so Ben, do you know about Star Wars detours? George Lucas produced an entire 39-episode animated series, Star Wars, but it's funny. It's comedy. And when Disney stole Star Wars and only left behind $6 billion, they took that fully completed TV show, 100% picture locked, put it on a shelf, have never released a single episode. And we're saying at the 39th minute of every hour, like right now, everyone tweet at Disney Plus, may detours be with you, and shame Disney into pushing the button and putting the entire 39-episode season of Star Wars detours.
And do you think that'll work?
We've gotten reports that it is trending in certain cities.
Is that true?
Because now it is automatic for people who are trying to type in different hashtags.
I'll do it right now. Fine.
Look at George. Which is more red, his jacket or his head?
George, all those toys were at your house where you're at right now? You didn't have to ship them in?
Oh, no. Why would I have to ship them in? I'm at Skywalker Ranch.
Of course, I can tell by your 14-core modem. Take shorter breaths. I think you're trying to breathe too long. Take shorter breaths.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
If he gets it inflated all the way, Ben, can you do like a little BB-8 performance, through the balloon?
Yeah, I'll do all the words that I said. I'll do them as BB-8. I do have other things, but they're mostly from the. Have you guys been, Watto? Have you been to the Disneyland or Disney World yet, or no?
I have not. I was planning a trip right around now.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, tickets will be cheap." People are freaking out about this COVID hoax. And then I ate crow on that one.
Yeah, Seth, you?
I haven't been there since they opened the new Star Wars stuff. The last time I was there, I got freaked out by Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which is not appropriate for small children.
No, it's very scary.
Have you noticed that almost every classic, storybook ride at Disney World and Disneyland is centrally about death?
In that one, you die and you go to hell.
Yes, you go to hell. You are punished for your sins.
Yeah.
Which also happens in the Winnie the Pooh ride. I'm not even joking. That ride
George, are you done?
George, man. George, you got to flip the screen, George.
He's quibbying too hard. He went to turnstile mode.
George, take a drink of water. George?
Yeah.
You okay, bud?
Yeah. Yeah, good. I got BB-8.
He can barely speak.
I got BB-8.
You okay, George? George, you okay?
Yeah.
Was it worth it, George?
Yeah. Ben, I did this for you. I did this for you.
So if you were directing the episode, can you tell me how BB-8 would sound? Can you hide behind him and just do his beeps and boops?
Yeah. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop.
That sounds so much like R2D2. Beep, boop, beep, if you had to make him different, like give him a little bit more personality, what would you do?
Pop, pop, beep, pop, pop. Beep, 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 pop, pop, beep. Beep, beep, pop, 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 beep.
Oh, wow.
You said nothing different. Great. I'm just giving you options.
I appreciate
giving you options.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
That's brave to play his character.
Now, what would BB-8?
It's true, by the way.
Yeah.
That's like going up to a Daniel Day-Lewis and doing an impression of my left foot.
I got the one here. I just had an idea. I just had an idea. Let's cross all the streams here, okay?
All right.
Ben, you just released the Middle Ditch and Schwartz specials on Netflix.
I did. Thank you, Watto. By the way, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Watto.
No plug, okay? Long form improv, but you also play BB-8. So what if we did a little bit of short form?
Oh, Watto, you know, I know you're aware of what long form improv is, and you know you've performed it before.
Yeah, long form improv is for hacks. Real improvisers want games like sit, stand, lie.
Okay, can you give me a line? Give me a short form game that George Lucas, Sep, me, you, and Patrick can play.
Okay. Here's the game. The game is Party Quirks. The game is Party Quirks. And you are BB-8 hosting a party, and 4 guests are about to show up, and you got to guess what our quirks are.
Okay. Do you want me to do it in my own voice or beeps and boops?
It's BB-8, man. You're the singer. You know, I'm not gonna give you the line reading here.
Okay, thank you. All right. Again, you talked about Middleditch and Schwartz. This is nothing like that. This is a terrible plug from what that is. If anything, it's a thing that we've been trying to fight the whole time while trying to do press for this.
No, because of course, Middleditch and Schwartz, it's for Netflix. Right. It's a little more lowbrow. It's a little more populous. And right now, we're giving people the sort of creme de la creme, short form improv.
Sep, did you ever review Middleditch and Schwartz? Or you chose not to.
I haven't gotten to it yet. We
generally have tell you how frustrating it is to hear your friend say 3 different times that they're not going to watch your television show.
No, there's so much TV I have to do, and they usually have comedy assigned to somebody else. But we're about to run into a drought. I'm happy to do it. What a hero,
guys! We're going to get another Sopranos book instead. Okay, here we go. Party Quirks.
Okay.
Tell us about that Twin Pines. What was that episode that everybody goes crazy for?
Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens.
Pine Barrens. Pine Barrens.
Everybody on this thing knew. I apologize. All right, go. Everybody into the. Sep, you're in this too. Everybody. Wait, what are everybody quirks? Don't you have to give them, Watto?
All right.
I'll put these down.
They have to enter one. You're going to take the headphones out?
You have to give people their quirks.
Okay, take the headphones out. Okay, are you ready for the quirks?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, what are the quirks?
Alan Sepinwall.
Yeah.
You are retired filmmaker George Lucas.
Okay.
Okay, Patrick Kottner. You are Alan Sepinwall.
Okay, great.
George Lucas. You are Watto. And I will be Patrick Kottner. Those are
no. Oh no. I got the short end of this thing.
Okay.
I'm very relieved right now.
Chris Gethard is watching, by the way. That's all that matters for all of us.
He's been coming in. He's been trying to stoke the embers of division.
I love him so much. All right, here we go. Well, again, we're playing a short form game, something I don't think I've done since college. I'm the host of a party as BB-8. Watto tells me however I want to play it. Everybody coming in has a party quirk, which I've not heard about. Without telling me their quirk, I have to guess.
I was rejected from my college improv troupe, so you at least are one step up on me.
Okay. I've never taken a class, so you're all one step up on
Patrick, you've seen more shows than anybody else.
I know.
You're probably going to be the best at this short form improv game.
And I never even made the Herald team because long form is for hacks. Real artists keep it short, baby.
Okay, let's quibby it up.
Yeah.
Let's.
Right. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Okay, hold on. I'm not going to note you to death here. We have to enter the party.
Sorry. Tell me, open the door with a creak noise or something.
Okay, ready? Yeah. And 3, 2, 1, go. Ding dong.
Oh, let me get in the door real quick. Whoa, hello. How are you?
Oh, hello. I'm good. I'm just really tired from producing and booking so many Ass Cat shows.
You're Patrick. Patrick.
Oh, so nice to see you. Sorry, I have to leave now.
Okay,
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Hello, Pat. Who are you, sir?
Hi, BB-8. It's me. Oh my gosh, I brought you a housewarming gift. It's my brand new book about Polly Walnuts.
Oh, you're Alan Sepinwall. Okay. Sorry. So, George, the way that doorbells work
Ding
is
dong.
yeah. Okay, good. Hello.
Ding dong,
Oh,
ding
wait
dong.
1 second. I gotta get this thing in the. I gotta get this thing in the oven. I'm not gonna open the door just yet. Okay, this is nice. Okay, he must have left. He hasn't rang the doorbell in a while.
Ding dong.
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, the handle fell off. Let me call a locksmith. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Watto? I actually need somebody to fix my doorknob on the inside.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. You want me to come by?
Yeah, come by, but have a party quirk when you come by, okay?
I will. Okay.
Okay. All right. Come in through the back. The front door doesn't work. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Watto. Watto?
Well, no, that's not realistic. It would take a little time for me to travel.
Let's do it in real time. Let's do it in real time.
This is riveting, guys.
George, you still out there? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you knock or you ring the doorbell. The handle's broken. Just shout it through the thing. What's going on, George?
Hey! Oh, Jedi mind trick, don't walk on me! Oh,
Sorry, you broke up. One more time.
yeah, you Jedi mind trick, don't walk on me!
I can't because in my head everybody's playing someone else here, and yours is so wildly inappropriate and not anybody here. Can you give me some? Where do you live? Where do you work?
Is this the kind of pranks you do on your special with Schwartz?
Sorry,
I haven't seen it. I apologize, Ben. I haven't seen your prank show yet. Are these the kind of pranks that you do on that special? Because I have to say, I'm all for a little bit of tomfoolery and good-natured ribbing, but at a certain point,
who are you right now? I'm trying to figure out who you are right now.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Oh, good. Watto, what's going on, Watto? How are you?
No, I'm not Watto. I'm the locksmith.
I know. Come through the back.
But I have a quirk you haven't figured out. Okay, give me a minute. It's gonna take a minute to walk.
I know, in real time. In the meantime, can you give me one more hint, George? Keep going.
Ben, I understand that every joke has a price to it, and every laugh has a victim.
That's not true. Every laugh doesn't have a victim.
No, that's true. That's the way comedy works.
George.
Every laugh is at someone's expense. Yes.
No.
Even the most good-natured.
Sorry, you got to hold on. The locksmith's in the back.
All right.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Hello. Hi, I'm a locksmith. I am not Watto, but I have a very strange and unusual quirk.
Oh, please talk to me. Maybe I can figure it out.
What is the main ingredient in omelets?
Eggs.
Oh no, I farted. Why did that happen?
Are you Connor Ratliff?
What a weird quirk.
Connor Ratliff.
No, I guess I should fix this lock. Let me fix it quickly.
Oh, you're a locksmith that has gas.
It feels like you're close. Oh God, you're so close. Let me work on this lock. While I'm working on this lock, which Cadbury chocolate would you say is most popular during the Easter season?
Cadbury cream egg.
Oh, working on the lock.
What the fuck is happening?
Working on the lock here. Okay, here we go. Work.
What's your quirk? That you eat Cadbury cream eggs and you fart?
Oh no, you're so close. I'm commenting on it that you're close so that you don't back off the trail. Oh look, there's the door open.
You're almost there. You're like this close.
Who is this here?
Hello?
You're
Sir,
not
the person that was ringing the doorbell, sir?
George, it's you.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Oh, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Good. Have I told you about my movie Radioland Murders? It's the first to feature all completely digitally created backgrounds. It's wonderful.
Are you George Lucas?
Yes.
Everybody is so good at this game. There's just one person I have to figure out.
Yes.
Thanks, Alan. That was great. You made the game easy. As a team, we all yes-anded each other. And
There we go.
Watto, you said I'm very close when I said you're a person, a locksmith who eats Bradbury cream eggs and farts?
I don't know if I ate them, but I'm definitely a locksmith, and I definitely farted 2 times.
Okay, so did I get it or no?
No, but very close. It really hurts. And isn't this a better kind of improv? You see what I'm saying here? It's better because you can tell if you're winning or losing.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Okay, sir, so the person that was ringing the doorbell before that was doing that funny voice, can you give me one more clue to figure out who you are?
Ben, I was being Watto. I was being Luke Watto. And I think you know that. I think you're being, I think you're teasing me.
I didn't know that. Watto, speak real quick. Listen how far apart you are. Watto, speak real quick.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not Watto. I'm a locksmith. With a pattern we've established
the locksmith, Ben.
is that I farted 2 times.
Okay, then do your Watto, George. Sorry.
I was what?
Do your Watto, please, just so I can hear it.
Jedi magic don't work on me.
Your yelling is so extreme that it cuts off. All we hear is you go, eat that. Sounds like Watto's farting character.
Yeah.
So you're Watto. You're Watto.
Do we do a? How do we do this? How do we do this on Zoom? Do we do a
no?
sweep
But
edit?
that's the game's over now. That's unless Watto. What were you, sir? I'm sorry.
I'm a very good locksmith. He is good at his job, and he is a loyal friend and true of heart. But also, he farts every time anyone mentions eggs.
Okay, got it. Sorry, it was right there. I apologize.
It was right there.
Wow.
It was a pretty
Watto. Was that alt comedy, Watto?
I think. I mean, honestly, I think the way Ben was playing it, it accidentally became alt comedy. The four of us were doing a very straightforward sort of classical improv, and he was doing this weird alt, like, let me check my notes,
guys,
kind of bring water bottle on.
Guys, we're about to miss McClunky. I just want to point that out.
Hold on. McClunky's about to happen. Hold on.
Someone take me through what's happening. Someone point their screen. Point your phone at the screen for 1 second, George, so I see what we're doing. Oh, thanks, Patrick.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Okay, here we go. The final edit that finally made this film complete to be released out into the world.
Oh, they did change this, didn't they?
Have you not seen McClunky, Ben?
McClunky was always there. You're just talking about the time in which they shot?
No. That he says Greedo says McClunky, which was not in any previous version of the movie.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
No, Alan, that's dead wrong. That's dead wrong. It was just too low in the mix.
Really? Tell me more, George.
It was always there. It was a problem. We were always had a problem with the audio mix in that scene. We could never, you have shooting and you have the sound of the cantina. And I remember saying to my sound mixer back in '77, I need you to push it up. I need you to push that channel up. I want to hear him say McClunky. It's very important. And he said, I'm pushing it all the way up. And I think he was not being honest with me. And for every subsequent test screening we did, I would always have it be a little bit louder. And I don't know what it was, but something clicked last year when we were prepping it for Disney Plus, and we finally got it so you can hear it. And I think it's just the balance. It's a very tricky thing. Sound is everything in a movie.
And so I didn't hear you. You said it cut off. You said sound is. Say it one more time, buddy. Your connection's so screwed up. I'm not even kidding. I'm literally. You can ask Watto. You can ask Alan. You can ask Patrick. I did not hear.
It's not a bit.
You literally said sound is, and then you cut off. What did you say?
I said sound is key.
Sorry, buddy. Sound is what?
Sound is important.
Sound is abort?
Yeah.
Should I reconnect?
You probably should. Your connection could not be crappier.
George, you do whatever you got.
Was my connection this? Patrick, was I having these problems prior to this stream?
It's getting worse.
It is getting worse.
All right.
George, we'll handle it.
I can do. I'm going to leave and come back.
Okay.
Okay, Watto, this is your time to shine, baby. What do you got? It's your show now.
I mean, we got to talk about this fucking laptop thing, right? It's live.
What is that about?
I mean, look, we did a tech run the other night, and he was talking about the difficulty of doing the streaming on his phone, but watching the movie on a.
Watto.
Ooh, it looks much better now.
Way better, for real. Way better, George.
Much better.
Way better.
Yep.
All right. How's it sound?
Yeah.
Does it sound better?
Yeah, but your lips are off from the audio.
You like it?
Yep.
You like it?
You're frozen. It's a very clear image, but it's frozen.
I'm not.
You're being dubbed by another George
Okay.
Lucas.
Someone else is ADRing you right
No.
now, George.
I don't think I am.
Oh man,
That's true.
it just makes so much more sense if you grabbed a Wi-Fi password before you started this 34-hour endeavor.
Absolutely.
You're raising money. You're raising money for UCB in New York, right?
Great cause. Yes.
Great cause.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Everyone can go to the bit.ly/UCB staff. Is it sounding okay now?
Now it's good.
Great.
Great. See? Oh, we missed the Jabba scene. Oh, and there's Boba Fett. He looks right to the camera.
Okay, that's my cue, guys. This has been great. Watto.
Ben, are you going to come back for the holiday special? Or was this
No, this was it. I think
with you?
I'll check back in if Patrick wants to email me if there's like a really big place I should jump back.
Yeah.
But
Do a little pop in.
I only show up if Alan's there.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Ben, I will watch your special, okay? I promise.
I don't want you ever to watch it. I don't want
Multiple,
you ever to watch it.
multiple
All right.
specials, not singular.
Thank you,
Now I'll do
Watto.
Now I will do it to spite you.
Hey, George, you're doing great. Thank you for. Can I see that BB-8 thing before I leave one more time?
Thank you.
Everybody, touch fingers. Everybody, try to touch fingers real quick.
Yeah. I wasn't.
I don't know how to point.
Guys, thank you so much. I can't wait for you to enjoy the holiday special.
All right.
I got to take off too here.
Thank you so
All
much,
right,
Ben.
guys, thank you for coming by.
All right. Bye, Alan. Bye, Ben.
Bye, guys.
May the force be
Yeah.
with you.
Please stay alive,
All right.
George. Don't blow anything else up.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
What fun! What fun!
All right.
Here.
What fun we had. And now we were really into the thick of it with Star Wars.
Yes.
Han Solo's on the run. The whole gang is on the Millennium Falcon.
Han is shooting.
Obi-Wan frantically putting his seatbelt on for safety.
And look at that.
And boy, oh boy, is that perfect shot.
George, we are
Perfect
very
shot.
close.
Every shot, a perfect shot.
We are very close.
Very close to what?
65,000, George.
Ooh.
You want another name from the GoFundMe?
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let me give you this one. This is a good guy right here. Let's give you this one.
All right.
It's Richard Camilleri. Ricky Camilleri.
Well, already, I know how to fix this immediately.
All right. Let's hear it,
Calamari,
Watto.
Calamari, right?
Yeah. And let's get rid of the R and the I at the beginning of that.
Charred calamari.
Yeah.
And let's put an E in between the R and the D. Let's do CHARRED, calamari.
Yeah.
And let's maybe in parentheses put with tartar sauce. What do you think? Tartar or cocktail sauce? What do you think?
I think it sounds delish.
Charred calamari
Princess Leia just
with cocktail sauce.
George, I'm going to order lunch.
Princess Leia. Okay. Princess Leia just insulted Grand Moff Tarkin about how bad he smells. And he is going to. Yeah, she roasted him. And in response, he has a disproportionate retort.
Yes.
Which is to blow up her entire planet.
Everyone she's ever known.
Yes. That's be careful who you razz. That's the lesson.
I mean, this is the equivalent of like you tweet something mean and egg on Twitter, and then they swat your house and dox you, right?
Right.
Kind of like that.
Oh, now it's about to get very real. It's about to get very real.
Oh no, I got a bad feeling about this.
Well, Ben Schwartz was really good.
He was great.
Ben Schwartz was really giving me the business, Watto.
He's got to work on his short form. He was breaking all the rules.
He was really. I felt like I was being roasted and toasted.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I have the stomach to watch that prank show though. Although if it's those kind of pranks, I'm sure it's very funny.
Look, I'm as much a fan of spoofs and goofs as anyone. It's why I want Star Wars Detours to be seen. But something about the meanness of long form improv. I agree with you. It feels like a cruel prank. And again, too much improv ruined Solo, ruined Empire Strikes Back. We need less improv, not more. Short form. Keep it short. Give me quibbies of improv.
Okay. Now, Obi-Wan just felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror. He just felt a planet explode. I also feel bad right now.
The city's a planet.
I find this very relatable. The city's a planet.
The city's a planet.
That's no planet. That's a city.
Whole city is a planet.
Interesting. Hey, they should be in Alderaan. Yes?
I was going to... Michael Lishan says, do you think Zucker lives in guilt over his cast of Peter Cushing having been used for CGI Tarkin?
Whose cast?
David Zucker. The Zucker brothers.
It was his cast?
Yeah, it was his face cast from Top Secret.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Top Secret?
I mean, they would have figured out a way.
Yeah, that's wild.
They would have figured. They would have figured out a way to make a digital Tarkin no matter what. It was going to happen. It was just a matter of when, not if.
Yeah.
If it wasn't that face cast, it was going to be some sort of digital replication through other means. You weren't going to stop that from happening. So you should feel no guilt or shame. Everyone's just hanging out now on the ship. They're hanging out. Right now, this part of Star Wars is just a good hang. Everyone's hanging out on the ship, talking, swapping stories. And this is where we're really sort of stopping, taking a pause, getting to know each other,
Yes.
Everyone's listening to everyone else.
Look, at the end of the day, A New Hope is a hangout movie.
It's a hangout movie. Absolutely.
Do you think Han ever tells them that the droid is in the Falcon, or do you think he just keeps that a secret?
Who?
Do you think Han ever tells them that Lando's droid's brain is in the Falcon?
I don't think he tells people that.
Okay.
That's a Lando fact.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like it's not his business to tell everybody.
George, how do you feel that we have officially made it way past the 12-hour mark?
I'll feel a lot better when we get to the 16-hour mark. That's the mark that I look at as a true milestone.
But I feel like I'm putting up at this point a little better than I feared I would. Like 6 hours ago, I did not think I would still be coherent at this point, and I think I vaguely am.
I'm pretty coherent. We're talking about the movie. We're talking about what happens in it. We're talking to each other. We're bringing up topics and answering them.
Yes.
Was it?
You're eating another nanner.
Guys, where was it? Shoot. Someone just said they were looking for the GoFundMe link. It's up in the corner, the bit.ly/UCB staff. That's the GoFundMe link.
And have we hit 65 yet? I think we maybe have 65,136.
Hell yeah, guys. Let's do another name.
So how much? Let's do another name. That's fun.
We started this evening out at 61,000. So far we have raised over $4,000. But I feel like a lot of with pledge drives like this, I feel like often the big spurts happen towards the end, especially as we get closer and closer to that magic number, 75,000, which unlocks our 40-hour Arliss live stream. If we get 75,000, you will get 40 hours of Arliss content 2 weeks from now.
And I will do my best
Patrick,
to some special guests.
Patrick, I gotta ask.
Patrick, did you get a hold of Will?
Did you text him?
I didn't text him. Listen, here's the thing.
Can you text him now?
Well, no, here's the thing. If we get that live stream, I want to save that ask.
No, because what I'm saying right now is let's get Robert Wool on the stream so people get a little taste, they get excited, and that drives them to bump that number up to 75,000. And if I know Will loves the energy of a crowd, of an adoring public, and if he gets a little taste of the love, he's going to want to come back.
Patrick, do you honestly, do you imagine a scenario where we host a 40-hour Arliss live stream for charity and Robert Wool doesn't wish to be involved?
No, I think we can make that happen.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying burn that ask right now. Because if we do a 40-hour Arliss live stream, we won't need to ask him. He'll be asking us. He'll be begging us, how many slots can I take?
Okay, I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Let me send an email.
He did ask, Kat. Say, remember the UCB Theater?
Let me send an email.
Now.
Hang on.
Burn the ask. Burn the ask.
Oh, boy, I need some more water.
Watto. The Millennium Falcon is getting pulled into the Death Star by the tractor beam. Now that's suspenseful. Alderaan blowing up, that's shocking. But the Millennium Falcon being caught in the tractor beam, that's suspenseful. Two very different sensations, two very different sequences. Yet all part of the same tapestry of excitement. You know, I gotta say these are good movies.
You did great, George. You did great.
I did my best to tell these stories the way they were meant to be told. And it's exciting to see them in the Death Star again. And even though I've seen this so many times, I still get a little thrill when I realize everybody's there. Dad and daughter and son and friend and robot he made and future son-in-law and future son-in-law's Wookiee best friend and best friend of the robot he made. They're all together on the Death Star. Because that's, you know, we make our own family. We decide who our family is.
Absolutely.
And this is a dysfunctional family. But it's a family. And they're hiding in the floor. Nobody thought to look in the floor. Oh boy. I was so energized at the top of this movie. And now we've reached a point. Although a good thing to keep an eye out for, Watto, is opportunities when Obi-Wan Kenobi may have slipped away, having just recently lost his virginity.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to look for, because he's going to find any reason to separate himself from the group.
He just got a taste.
Find some strange on board the Death Star.
As much as he can.
Oh, absolutely.
This guy
and
is laying pipe at any opportunity.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Oh. Now they're all dressed up as stormtroopers. What a disguise.
It's actually pretty ingenious if you think about it.
Yeah. These guys are too slow.
I will say this. I've been looking up the May Detours Be With You hashtag, and it is getting enough play that people who do not know this live stream exists seem to be consciously tweeting it because they're down with the cause. They don't know where it's coming from, but they also have been longing for detours.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Patrick, do we have a new name?
Do we have what?
A new name?
Oh, yeah, I sent one over. There you go, David Sky.
Okay, well, this is easy. Let's put a Walker right there, right?
Yeah.
Or Runner. What if it's Runner?
And let's make it Dave. Yeah, Skyrunner, and let's make it Dave, not David.
Dave Skyrunner.
Can you imagine if Luke Skywalker and Dave Skyrunner met, what they'd talk about?
I mean, they'd either be fast friends or even faster enemies.
It's true. Those are the options.
So I think Dave Skyrunner is a gun runner, right?
Likely ones, anyway.
He's part of the black market gun trade.
Yeah.
He's running blasters.
He smuggles guns.
He smuggles guns.
He smuggles guns. He smuggles guns, but his cover is that he sells gum.
Mm.
So if there's anyone who says, we hear you smuggling guns, he says, no, you got it all wrong. And he opens up a case full of chewing gum.
Gum.
He says, I sell gum.
I'm sorry.
And then the person who's accusing him feels a fool. They feel foolish. Oh, it's my mistake. That's fine. I get it all the time.
Common misunderstanding.
Under that gum.
My source must have been a mumbler.
Nothing but firearms. Blasters. Nothing but blasters. Uh-oh, they just found out Princess Leia's here. Princess? What? That's a new wrinkle. But R2 found it because he's logged into the system. Oh, no. I can't believe that it's only one. Is that right?
It is 1:15.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to say it. I don't think these films were made to be watched this way.
Well, George, you are the person who has always said that this is the order they should.
I've always said.
And they're one long story,
yes.
One big story.
Hey guys, we have a guest.
Okay.
Actually, we have two guests who are about to pop in.
Oh boy. Okay, I got to bring my A game back.
God.
Who is it? Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi guys. Hello.
Hello.
Big fan. Hello.
3 guests.
I'm so excited to finally watch this
a trilogy.
movie.
Oh, we got the trilogy of guests. An original.
We have a trilogy.
It's the McElroy saga.
Hi everyone. I guess that makes me Return of the Jedi, which I will accept.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm the Empire of the Brothers.
Yeah.
Great.
Wait, which trilogy? I don't want to be 8 because that's the one that ruined the whole franchise.
Let's be clear. We're redefining the groupings, okay? So the first 3 films, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, they will from here forth be known as the Gungan trilogy, okay?
The Gungan trilogy.
Solo and Rogue One, that is the stories duology. The
No,
story's
no,
different.
they are no. Watto, you don't get to naming rights on this.
What are they?
The
George?
stories, and we call those the two-part beforology.
Of course.
And then, of course, what you guys referred to as the original trilogy. No. This is now known as the Wookiee trilogy.
No.
And the Wookiee trilogy, of course, comprises of 3 films: Star Wars: A New Hope, the Star Wars Holiday Special, and The Empire Strikes Back. That's the Wookiee trilogy.
Okay.
Then new trilogy.
That's the Wookiee trilogy.
New trilogy, the Ewok trilogy. That consists, of course, of Return of the Jedi, Caravan of Courage.
No. That's not the order. It's Caravan of Courage, Battle for Endor, and then Return of the Jedi.
I forgot.
We spend 3 full hours getting to know the Ewoks and their culture before we ever see them interact with the gang. It's a hard cut away from the world of Star Wars that we knew.
George Watto, if I may interrupt for a moment.
Immerse ourselves.
I have not seen the Caravan of Courage. Does that one establish the one where they eat people, or is that established in the extended universe novels?
I'm not sure exactly where we learned that, but it's implied every time you see the Ewoks. There's some little hints that they
just
people.
eaten a person.
They try to. Well, yeah. So those stormtrooper helmets at the end of Jedi. I always assume that means they ate several whole stormtroopers. The first thing they tried to do to Han and Luke was cook them on an open flame on a spit. These are hungry little bears.
Do they try to eat C-3PO too, right?
Yes, and they don't like what they
They
find.
should be forced.
God.
They should be forced to follow
He's a
through on
golden
that.
god.
They should make them eat him.
Let's say this too. I heard the rumor at Galaxy's Edge in Disney World and Disneyland they were going to open an Ewok-themed food stand with only one item on the menu. Man.
You know,
the most dangerous game of all.
You know,
And the
guys,
gamiest game.
if you guys had asked me before this, 13 hours into this, how much of the load would we be carrying on our shoulders? I would have assumed 90 to 93%. I did not expect to come on and just be whisked away.
We're having a 6th win. We are experiencing
That's right.
a 6th win right now.
Watto,
Yes.
do you have trouble getting into Galaxy's Edge because they have very strict rules vis-a-vis what you are allowed to resemble in the Star Wars franchise? And I imagine that would be confusing.
Absolutely.
I don't think they have a Watto performer there that you would be sort of
No,
mistaken
yes.
for.
I understand that. Yes. And because there is not a facsimile of me within the park, and I'm able to show multiple pieces of identification that I am in fact the genuine article and not a fan. I'm not cosplaying. I'm not Disney bounding. That is not a conflict. The reason they usually stop me from entering the parks is, as we know about Watto, I'm perpetually barefoot and I'm always skinless. So those are the 2 issues.
So it seems like there are multiple barriers of entry keeping you out of Galaxy's Edge.
Well,
The
no,
first
I mean,
being-
I immediately show them. I say, look, here I'm Watto. It's not a conflict of interest. They go, okay, but what about the pants and the shoes? And I go, non-negotiable. It's a non-starter. I'm not even going to meet you halfway. I won't even put on flip-flops and a thong. You gotta let me in, airing it all out this much. And then they go, well, then you're not allowed. And I go, if that's the case, then I should also declare to you that I have numerous guns on my person.
Right.
Now,
And that's when I say I bid you adieu.
so if you were going to cosplay, would you say that you would lean towards like a Donald Duck kind of character, another
Absolutely.
pantsless, shoeless
Yes.
gentleman?
Yes, it would have to be a character from the DuckTales universe because once again, I want to just be airing it out.
Yeah, or Howard the Duck.
Sure.
Now that would be appropriate as well. Ducks.
But Huey, Dewey, Louie,
Yeah.
I wanted to call attention to something that's really exciting. I don't know if everybody has realized this, or even me, but this moment now on the live stream is really special because we actually have 2 architects of the Star Wars universe if I may be so bold, on the stream at the same time. There's obviously George Lucas and also Griffin McElroy, who has Griffin, can you talk about your contribution to the
George remembers the great work I did on I helped shape the canon in a way, in a very short story that I contributed to a Star Wars short story compilation, A Certain Point of View. George, I'm sure you remember sort of the rules that I took. I took the bones that you crafted, the sort of framework, and I just sort of repositioned them in a way that I enjoyed better and was better.
It's about a Jawa, right?
I'm sure you remember it. Yeah. No, he reads all of it because he sent me an email. He sent me an email and it was like, that's great stuff, Griffin. Keep it up. So.
Yeah. I like how you use those bones.
Yeah. Tell me a lot about what I wrote and like how you felt about it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't want to get too specific, but I'll tell you, you used the bones that I gave you the same way that Ewoks use the bones of those stormtroopers they eat to hit their helmets like tuned percussion.
Where? Yeah, I guess.
Where does the Mandalorian fit in the trilogies you've described?
It's not. That's.
I mean, I guess that's true. It's not a movie. I mean, asked and answered, huh?
Yeah, where does Jake and the Fat Man fit into the Star Wars universe?
Right. Right. I mean, I did an interview on 60 Minutes too. That also doesn't fit into any of the trilogies. It's just something that happened on television.
Legends.
George, I've always wondered this. If we're synced up correctly right now, we're in the trash compactor scene. And I'm just curious if this reflected a very sort of like very early like tentacle fetish thing on your, like you were way ahead of the game, like way ahead of the internet on that, if that's true. If this was sort of seeing tentacles come out and restrain your beloved Star Wars characters here, if that was like a thing that you found.
A nubile Mark Hamill wrapped up in this powerful tentacle.
In tentacles, if this was sort of like a sexual awakening for you while you were writing it, that you then wanted to expose the world to.
Also, and this is a separate question, but might be connected. Did it stank in there? Did it stank in there?
Okay. And follow up to that follow-up, was that part of it for you?
Yeah. Not for me, but I definitely knew we were trying to build a world here, and it was going to have different appeals to different people. You know, some people were going to relate more to one character than another.
Yeah.
And we knew that for some people, they were going to get to this point in the movie. There was going to be we wanted the movie to appeal to a broad audience.
Right.
And we knew that there was one particular kind of person who was going to make it all the way to 1 hour and 20 minutes into the film. And they were not going to feel seen until this moment.
Yeah.
And the second that the trash monster starts pulling and rapping and yanking and gurgling, that audience member was going to sit up in his chair, and mostly it would be his chair, and take notice and think, okay, Star Wars, I see you have something to offer me as well.
I've just noticed on Disney Plus it has described this film as containing tobacco usage. Is that part of the film that has escaped me to this point? Certainly, you called it something different than tobacco, right?
Tarkin does
death.
It happens mostly off screen, but Tarkin is constantly packing a lip this entire movie.
And it's called Space Tobacco, if I remember correctly.
Space True.
Now, when Chewbacca got wet, honestly, it must have stank, right?
Travis is very concerned about the smell of the studio while you're filming.
Yeah. I'll tell you, part of that is just a miscommunication that movie contains Chewbacca depictions, and that's also wrong because it's only one. Right. It's only one, but it's just a sign that there's a few bugs still in the Disney Plus system, and the warning should be contains Chewbacca depiction.
Yeah. Now, did you ever think of a merch possibility early of like having Chewbacca like sell some chew and make it Chewbacco and just like, because there was like what 70s 80s, you could have done that.
Yeah. I love how
we for about 6 months, for about 6 months, we were in talks with the folks at Big League Chew.
Yeah.
For Big League Chewbacca. And we even did a photo shoot with Peter Mayhew, dressed up in a baseball jersey, blowing a big bubble.
In Chewbacca costume, or was it just Peter Mayhew?
We tried it both ways just to give them options. And I've got the photo stats, but it never came together.
I fucking love.
And I think that's a shame because I think
Big League Chewbacca.
You'd love to see a film
playing baseball. I'd love that.
Ooh, that's a great idea. You know, that would be a really good Star Wars story.
A detour,
just a one-off film. Big League Chew, and a great merchandising tie-in. There's no reason you can't also sell some bubblegum while you're at it.
Yep.
Can we talk about the
I would
mechanism?
love it if you could. Nothing. Yeah.
Sorry, I just am curious about the mechanism, that R2-D2 uses to open up the trash compactor here.
His penis?
Is that what you're talking about? His dong?
Nope.
Wasn't going to go in that direction. I was mostly going to ask if that's a thing that human beings are expected to sort of like interact with every time they want to empty out the trash compactor.
Their penis?
If they have to use like a special magic key to twist for an hour and a half until the trash compactor opens, because that's bad spaceship.
And it's the most magic key of all.
No. Well, first of all, I want to be clear that it's way too high up on R2-D2 for that to be genitalia. R2's genitalia is his retractable third leg, which you sometimes see.
Nice.
And it's much more prominent and noticeable. And precisely because it was so big that it was basically hiding in plain sight. I'll point it out the next time we see it.
Can I make a big announcement? I have gotten word that we have crossed 1,000 people watching this live right now.
Oh yeah.
This is our peak.
That's great.
So I want to once again do a call to action. This is, of course, raising money for the laid off former UCB employees. Link at the bottom to donate, people who have lost their jobs, their health insurance, and so on and so forth. But also a reminder, in just 10 minutes, we are imploring all of you to tweet at Disney Plus, hashtag May Detours Be With You. Release Star Wars Detours. 39 episodes of animated hilarity sitting on a shelf, one click away. It could save lives. Let people, give them a reason to stay indoors. Give them detours.
Did you know I was a UCB student?
Disney,
I did. Oh. That means this means a lot to me. Went to UCB for several. Went 101, 201, 301. That's why I'm so funny now. That's why everyone's like Travis, quick on his feet, funny guy.
Wow. Travis, can I ask a quick question? Quick query of you? Did you get onto? Sorry, the lag is so bad. Did you get onto a Herald team?
No, I did not. I was recruited. Wow. I was being scouted by a lot of teams.
Travis never made it onto a Herald.
Yeah. Travis never made it onto a Herald team.
Travis never made it onto a Herald team. And this is a running thread throughout this live stream for the last 13 hours. We try to clarify as much as possible which people have made it onto Herald teams and which people have not.
I didn't.
Travis
now
never made it
I
onto Herald.
I haven't been very, obviously I've had we've had our show at UCB for 6 years.
Yes.
And I haven't made a big deal out of the fact that I also went through the UCB system and took classes. But I actually started in 401 and then moved up to advanced level and I took 501 and 601. And then I went back and I took 101, 201, and 301.
I get it.
So I did it in kind of a strange order. But that's
You just came up with that now.
That's very good.
It's great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Now there's something that we've been keeping an eye on here in the plot of Star Wars, which is that there's speculation that Obi-Wan Kenobi loses his virginity to one of the Tusken Raiders shortly before he rescues Luke.
When he makes that noise that we think he's making to scare off the Tusken Raiders from Luke, that's actually the sound of him creaming.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now, what has just happened? What has
again,
just happened in the movie that has revealed some kind of factoid about that? Why are you bringing this up now?
Well, because it explains why Jedi, when we see the Force ghosts at the Ewok party, why Anakin is young, but Ben is old as a Force ghost. And it's because when you are a Jedi and you pass away, because a Force ghost at the age you lost your virginity.
Okay.
The problem is
so Ben loses it during A New Hope.
That explains why when Yoda appears, he has that little thin mustache and some weird acne.
Well, you joke, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Most Jedi are forbidden to love.
Here's the thing.
So most of them end up as these crotchety, fucking dry-ass old ghosts.
All having sex with
Anakin.
Tuskens.
Right, Anakin shows up, and he's this young, handsome Hayden Christensen ghost, and you're like, that guy got some. He was getting some side nookie. He was making babies.
What was the grappling hook supposed to be?
Obi-Wan,
like when he brought a grappling hook with him on the spaceship, what was his plan for that initially? Is my question.
I think he's like one of those people who carries their keys around on a little thing that like pulls out.
Yeah,
It's for his keys. It's not a grappling
I think
hook.
like
It's his keys.
yeah, those are his keys.
Now, George, when you directed
now every
Carrie
time we
Fisher
see Ben, every time we see Ben, he's wandering from conquest to conquest, because once he loses his virginity, he goes immediately to Mos Eisley Spaceport under the guise of helping them, but he's just hooking up, and then you see him on the Death Star, and he's just skulking around from room to room.
Yeah,
I think there's a great Star Wars story to be made with Ewan McGregor out of that sort of sub story. Because look how embarrassed he is to run into his old friend. Last time I saw you, I had chopped you up and left you to burn. No.
But also, I mean, he's embarrassed because, like, not 30 seconds ago he was laying pipe. You know, he still feels very.
He's got the stink on him still.
He's got that stank, I would say,
Yeah.
with a hard A.
Now, speaking of, did it stink in this scene?
Travis, you gotta stop caring about.
Yeah.
It's just it looks like heavy armor, and he's wearing a big wool robe, and they're doing a lot of exertion here. Probably stank in the scene, right?
Were there?
I don't know. There's pretty good ventilation. There's pretty good ventilation. Look at how that smoke. Look at the electrical box just then.
Yeah.
There's pretty good airflow throughout the Death Star. They had been building this thing since the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So that was decades. They knew what they were doing, and they knew that it was an enclosed space, but it was key to make sure that there was air flowing through it precisely so that you didn't end up with trapped, stale air in any hallways.
Now,
because they were having to live in this place. It wasn't just a workplace. It was also a place of employment.
I'm reminded in this scene of something that my older brother Justin has said before of the Star Wars series, specifically the last movie, but that it is a series in which from time to time people just decide it's time to die.
Yeah.
So can you explain a little bit of that, George?
And is it related to the part about Obi-Wan Kenobi is finally nutted, and so he's like kind of ready to pass?
Yeah.
Well, if you watch carefully, I want to see if you notice anything, because it's key the way that he just vanishes. Is key to understanding. He does something a little bit threatening, a little bit ominous. Oh, look for R2D2. Look for that third leg when he goes past.
Yeah, can't not see it now.
It's out of frame there, but you'll see it. Yeah. All right. And he looks there at that little smile, that little satisfied grin. He's like, I'll hold it to my face. And then voila, he disappears. Luke says no. Everyone's shooting. Luke shoots it, crazy shooting.
I always love that moment.
He just doubled a little stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking. Just checking.
Just and my favorite part is that the door is closing as Darth Vader is walking towards it, so it's like he's missing it. He's like, "Oh, I gotta wait for the door to open up now."
If only I could run.
I also feel I really enjoy that Ben Kenobi sees Luke and is like, I think you've got this from this point. I'm going to die now. And maybe it would be helpful to continue to occupy Darth Vader just until we're out of the building. And then you could decide to die. No. He's fine. He's got it. Look, Darth Vader can't do anything to you now. He's just in the same room with you 10 feet away. Just got this. I've got to go.
And I'm going to leave my laser sword here with him.
Right. Now he's chucking at him before I go. You know what? Let me try to throw it at him real quick. That may be nothing, but I'm going to just try to throw it at him.
You know what? I'm going to throw it through the door to you. I can force throw shit. Boom. Ah.
Yeah, something. Here, take my sword too.
I'm gonna reveal something that I don't know that I've ever revealed publicly about the death of Ben Kenobi.
Exclusive?
He's not dead. Yeah, he's not dead at this point in the story. Darth Vader was correct to do a little stamp around, but you'll notice he wasn't very thorough. He did 2 little stompies on 2 little parts.
Yeah.
Ben Kenobi did a sell the kids on himself. Yeah. He shrunk himself down super tiny.
Oh.
That's why he gives that little grin, because he's like, nobody expects a guy to go small.
Right.
And then he's like, right now he's scurrying around the Death Star, and he's got a plan for how he's going to take it down. But then they blow up the Death Star, and that kills Ben Kenobi.
No way.
Yeah. But also,
Skywalker kills Ben Kenobi?
Yeah.
Well, this is the problem. He had a plan, and his
he blows up the Death Star.
He would have blown up the Death Star faster and gotten away with it, but he kept on getting distracted by all the bugs he could fuck. Suddenly, it's so small. There are all these that he can do.
He's naked. He's sexual.
He's like, what would this one be like? And then he has to whine and dine him because he is a man of consent.
I saw a deleted scene actually on one of the re-releases where you got Sir Alec Guinness saying out loud, "Oh no, I left the growing potion back on the Millennium Falcon." Yeah. So when they take off, he doesn't have the growing potion anymore.
And there's footage of Alec Guinness saying, "Damn, I want to fuck that caterpillar."
Right.
And then if I remember, George, you're in that scene, you're in that clip, and you say, "Oh, okay, I'll write that in."
Yes.
If I remember, because that was just Alex Guinness saying, like, "I want to fuck that caterpillar," and you're like, "Oh, okay, that's a good character trait."
I have a question. If when the Death Star blew up, if there had been a literal half-second cut to a tiny naked Ben Kenobi, like, oh fuck, would there have been a next Star Wars, or would this be the only one to exist? Could they have gone on from that point?
No, of course. I went back and forth on whether or not I should film that, and I did have
get it in the
plans for a standalone. I did have plans for a standalone movie called Tiny Fun Kenobi, and it would take place during the brief period that he was running wild as a tiny little critter on the Death Star.
Yeah.
Right up till the moment where it gets blown up.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear, when Luke hears Ben's voice when he's about to blow up the Death Star, that's just him remembering what he sounds like. It's just a memory.
And let's say also that film would be very different than the Star Wars sequels as we know them. Tonally, it would be a little more like A Bug's Life meets Porky's.
Yeah.
It would be sort of just a wild rival comedy.
Now, I read it's one of the Star Wars magazines, but that you had Rick Moranis for that Tiny Fun Kenobi, but then when the picture fell through, he went on to do Spaceballs. Because he had already done all the prep work.
That must have stung, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was hard. It was hard, but we were a decade behind where we needed to be in terms of the VFX. And I said to Rick, Rick, I'm not going to make you wait another 10 years to do this when you have the opportunity to goof on some Star Wars right now.
George has always
so I released him. I said, "You go with my blessing."
And to answer your question, yes, it stung, but what stung even more was when Obi-Wan let that bee top him.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet that
by a bee.
I bet that didn't feel good. Hey, speaking of Spaceballs, George, I've always wanted to ask you this. Did that movie hurt your feelings? Because it was making fun of your stuff.
No, I like it. No, I like it when people goof it and spoof it, and I laugh. I laugh just as much as anybody at a humorous thing.
Okay, I would have been hurt.
I like to laugh. Why?
It's just like you come up with a whole like sort of cosmology about like the Force and stuff, but then they make it into like a penis joke, and you think that that's okay. Like, I'm surprised, I guess, at the lack of like self-respect, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I would be offended. That's something you work really hard on.
No, it's when you make something as great as this, it beefs up your self-confidence to the point where you learn how to take a joke. You got to learn how to laugh in this life.
Yeah.
And when you make the Star Wars, then all the laughs are just gravy. You know, they're just gravy and more gravy.
If I could be a little introspective, then first I ask you this, maybe a tough question. What is the last thing that did hurt your feelings?
Oh,
I mean, I guess I meant like professionally, but maybe. Nice.
Oh,
nice, real nice.
The last thing that did hurt my feelings, that's hard to say.
This is tough.
You know, I mean, the Disney years have been hard. They've been ups and downs. I think the only thing that really has hurt my feelings, and we've passed the time to tweet about it because it's 12:43 or it's 1:43 now. Was Disney sitting on all 39 episodes of Star Wars Detours instead of releasing them immediately on Disney Plus? That hurts my feelings because think about this: 39 full-length, fully completed animated episodes, and they would rather keep them in a vault than show them to anybody, even though they are designed to make people laugh. And right now, the world could use a little more laughter and a little more Star Wars. And 39 episodes, that's more Star Wars than I directed in the Star Wars feature film series. Patrick, do you have something to say? No.
No.
Cool.
Sorry, I was looking at something and I just had to lean over to look at it.
Well, that's not how it read, Patrick.
I'm really sorry, George.
Hey, can I say something, George, to change the subject a little bit? I've just been watching your movie over here in the other window as I've kind of my interest has kind of waned a little bit in the conversation. I've been watching your movie, and this movie looks so fucking cool. Every shot of this movie looks so cool. Like it just looks neat. And everybody looks neat, and their clothes are so cool, and all the special effects are cool, and the technology is. The whole thing is just so cool to look at and enjoyable.
Right.
Remember how Solo there was just one color per scene? This amps that up several notches, 3, 4, 5 colors in every scene.
Yeah,
5 colors.
No, that's Star Wars is definitely.
I do think they're
thing for very special, cool, big kids.
Yeah, sure.
I do think there's room for a movie that explains why things suddenly got so much within the rebellion. Like there's a real drop off, even from Rogue One to this, where suddenly it was like, whoa, what happened? All right, I think it'd just be interesting to explain.
I would also watch a 2-hour movie that was just young Luke Skywalker shooting womp rats. Just like for 2 hours, him just like watching him gleefully murder womp rats.
Yeah, was that out of necessity? Were they like
speak on that?
Were they like endangering the moisture, I guess, or was that like a sort of like
they were eating the moisture crop?
Or was it just that he kind of,
like Dexter?
It was the only way he could feel something.
A little from column A, a little from column B, to be honest.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a womp rat?
No, I haven't. I've seen a regular rat.
No. And what do you think of them?
They're all right. They're not my favorite.
You like them?
I don't think I'm not. I wouldn't say I like rats, but yeah, thank you, Justin. I wouldn't get a gun and like
shoot one.
When I see a rat, my first instinct isn't like, fuck, I wish I had a gun to shoot and kill that.
Right. But imagine this. Imagine
Pizza Rat's.
You ever seen Pizza Rat?
Yeah.
Pizza Rat has been very, very affected by the closure of the UCB Theater in New York City. Of course, we know Pizza Rat came out of the improv community, was filmed by members of the UCB community. Go to bit.ly/UCB staff to donate.
That link does not work for me for whatever that's worth. Don't know if that's the exact right bit.ly because it's not loading for me. I don't know if anybody else is having this problem.
Are you guys doing capital UCB? Because that changes it.
Does that change it?
Yeah.
Okay. Case sensitive. That's gotten it. That's got it there.
Wow.
I've already donated. Of course, please don't think me a cad.
Now back to the topic of how you would react to a womp rat.
Yeah.
What do you, based on what you know about a regular rat, do you think that a womp rat would be a version of a rat or a more moderate and mild version of a rat?
Probably worse.
What do you think of when you hear the word womp?
Like womp womp.
So in a way, womp means worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine a worse rat.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be bigger.
What would it take? Yeah. What would it take for you to get to a place where you would feel comfortable shooting a womp rat?
Good question.
What would a womp rat have to be like?
If he endangered my son in some way, I would probably step in there to shoot him. But like, if I had a glass of water that I was thinking about selling later, and he came to drink some of it, I don't think I would shoot and kill the rat in that instance.
Have you ever thought about adding a scene to the movie where Luke comes back and finds that the moisture farm has been destroyed, and his first thought is the womp rats did this in revenge?
Do we have proof that isn't what happened?
Yeah, it's weird that he doesn't at least consider the possibility that it was womp rats.
Yeah. It could have been womp rats. That's entirely right, and there's nothing in the text to contradict it.
So this whole journey is just a misunderstanding where he goes after the Empire, but really it's just some womp rats who are sick of all this running and gunning.
Just some womp rats. Yeah.
Are you guys doing okay? Hey, are you guys doing okay?
I need to pee so goddamn bad.
Did you build that into the schedule?
Watto, go do it.
I'm gonna go do it.
Go do it, Watto. Watto, go do it. I bet you'll be back before the Death Star gets blown up.
Now it's a race.
And he's gone.
Hey, now that Watto's gone.
Now it's a race. Now
Watto's gone, it's kind of weird, to be honest.
Right.
Like, George, it's an honor to meet you, but I feel like you and I are already coworkers. It's like crazy to me to be on a stream with Watto.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like starstruck?
A little bit. I'm also uncomfortable. Like, he was a sort of avowed slaveholder, which is not great, Watto. And it's kind of weird that you're doing a show with him, actually.
Yeah.
I take back what I said. I'm like I deeply don't like being here.
Yeah, has he owned that?
Has he like apologized or anything for that? Because
he
owned those. Yes, he did own them. There was no question about the title.
No. I mean, did he own up to it? Did he say that was me? I did that.
Oh yeah, he's proud of it. If anything.
Well, that's not.
We actually, God, the time. Oof, gosh, we didn't know Watto would be here when we agreed to join. Yeah.
Egg on my face because I done confused Watto and Greedo again for like the billionth time. Greedo, I would, I'll fuck around with Greedo.
Hey, here's another. As long as we're doing portmanteaus, JJ Watto, is that anything that combine Watto and like the football player JJ Watto?
That's not really anything.
It's nothing.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Hey, listen.
No.
They got 30 hours to fill.
Hey, George. Speaking of 30 hours, How are you feeling?
Yeah,
about the fact that it's at 14 right now, because that's got to be 14 to 15 has got to be the most miserable hour where you're not going down and you're still going up, but you've been going up for so long. How are you doing?
Yeah, I feel like we've flattened the curve, but it sort of feels like I'll feel good once we get past hour 16, because at that point you're looking at the horizon, you know, and it's getting closer.
This is no time to lax on the guidelines. This is the time to stay firm. Just because we're seeing some success doesn't mean we should bail. We have to double down.
Hey, George and Watto, I have a question really quick. Yeah. Since we've been giving people Star Wars names if they donate to the GoFundMe, should we give Justin, Griffin, and Travis Star Wars names?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Hey, Dave, can you put Justin's name up first so they can see it?
Is this the kind of thing of like your childhood teacher and the street you lived on and mix around the letters?
No, it's a far more ephemeral and artistic.
Handcrafted.
Yeah, don't interrupt him while he's doing it. It's really something to say.
Yeah.
Don't help.
I take the N and the J and swap them.
Yeah.
Put the N at the front and the J at the end.
Nestage.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. Nestage. And
okay.
And
the last one you only have to do once.
Yeah. So far, this is just my password to everything.
No,
I know. So we got to get it right.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right.
I think it's unfortunate that he has to hold that up for 30 hours.
Yeah.
He wants you to know
I'd say
George doesn't believe in laptops, and he's insisting on doing this off of his phone because he thinks laptops are dumb.
Right.
Let's put the R in front. Take the the R in front.
Gotta invite Val to that party.
And let's move the O.
Put the E.
I was gonna say move the O in between the R and the M.
Yeah, and let's lowercase that M. And put the L in front of the C, and the C
maybe hyphenated
after the Y.
Right? Maybe it's Rom hyphen.
Yeah. Rom hyphen leak. Leyc. And let's keep that E uppercase.
Yeah. That's perfect.
All right.
This is why he makes the big.
Now that's that. All right. So we're gonna keep that ROM leak.
I think it's missing
all three.
I think it's missing one final flourish, George. Let's put an apostrophe after the uppercase E.
Yeah, let's do it.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That looks like a phonetic pronunciation you would see on Wikipedia.
Yes. That's how you know it's a Star Wars name.
All right.
Okay.
So let's cut and paste because I don't want to work through that last name again.
No.
All right.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Can I say this? Get rid of the I's. Replace them with Y's.
That's already a good start.
And now,
all right.
Let's put one.
That's too Harry Potter. I don't like that.
No, hold on. Hold on. Let me play out my vision here. Now, replace that G with one F. And replace those two F's with two G's.
This is good.
Friggin' ROM leak.
Friggin' ROM leak. Not looking so Harry Potter anymore, is it, George?
That's great. No, not at all. No.
And people say this because this guy's a little bit of a troublemaker, and they go, friggin' ROM leak.
That's me, a real stinker.
Friggin' ROM leak.
Now,
All right,
if it helps,
let's get it ready.
my first name doesn't have to have anything to do with the current letters of my first name. It could just be a really cool name, like some of these fellas have.
Yeah, like Luke.
Like Luke or Han or Darth.
Yeah, let's make it Luke.
How about Dutch?
Dutch.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh, Dutch.
And maybe let's give him like a military title.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Commander.
Commander Dutch Romley.
Whoa, it's getting a little too real.
Thank you.
What?
I love it.
That's
You don't
strong.
like being outranked?
Do you want to go back to my name now that you put
Friggin'
so much work into
Friggin'
their first
Romley.
names? Or?
So now we need to go back and we need to
Pass.
come up with some other titles.
Let's go back to the back.
The helmets look cool.
The helmets do look pretty badass.
Ships look cool.
I like the way they look like X's.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, you did a lot of
Links.
letters, which made them easy to remember.
Yeah.
He's off again.
It also helped kids learn how to read.
You don't
Okay,
get
so how
credit
to
for
read.
that. You don't get enough credit for that. I always say.
Nope. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I like how everything looks kind of dirty.
Good movie.
All the rebel stuff is kind of dirty.
Yeah, it's like
I
dirty.
remember it was Nustage. Nustage was Justin's name. Nustage was Justin's name.
Nustage.
Andrew Streeter.
In hindsight, after I
course
see
I
their
remember
cool
it.
names, it feels like a bit of a throw off. Like kind of in hindsight, after seeing the cool
Okay.
names that they got, like friggin' and Dutch.
No, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna enhance it. Bring Nustage's name back up, and I'm gonna enhance it. Okay, in front of it, add Goo. GOO-GOO.
I did it.
Gugu Nustich Romley sounds like the most sort of accomplished jizz performer ever.
The king of jizz.
Yeah.
No, I was inspired to call you that because of what a little baby you were when you saw the other people getting names that you felt were better.
Yeah,
I thought,
that's fair.
let's put a little Goo on this.
That's good. I like that. Really like it.
It doesn't mean you're not a sweet. It doesn't mean you're not a sweet little baby.
No, I love it. It's good. Good.
He
just
is coming
16
so
more
close to
hours. You
blowing
just gotta
up the
hang
Death
in there.
Star.
Just 16 more hours, George.
Hey,
hang in there.
Hey, hold on. When we blow up the Death Star, let's all put our hands up like kind of like the wave. All right.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right. And let's say Yippee.
Wait,
all right.
Yippee
When
doesn't
it
pull it off
happens.
this time.
Okay.
We'll see if we're all in sync now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ready?
While we're waiting, Watto, where does the P come out? I'm confused about Toydarian's sort of anatomy, like what that experience is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, okay. Well, I worried about that.
Were you in the Alliance?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Where'd you get the helmet?
Cosplay, dude.
Now Archie's
He
dead.
scattered off a dead body.
Yeah, come on.
Can
Yeah.
droids die?
All right.
We still need Han. We're still a little bit away.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
let's
mean,
talk
this
about
sequence
droid
is
death.
so long.
How many parts of R2 could you replace
Yeah.
before he's no longer R2D2?
Ooh.
Almost all of them.
Except for his peanuts. That's where his hard drive is.
Yes.
Gross.
You can replace most of it.
Man, if he had only aimed a little bit more to the right, he could have shot and blown up Darth Vader and saved us all a lot of time.
Yeah, or Obi-Wan could have just put
Here
the
we go.
lightsaber through Anakin's
Here
head.
we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yippee!
What? Oh, that guy had a wife and kids. So did
They
he and him.
Yippee!
Yippee!
And it was
Basically, it's
never a problem again.
This has been great.
I would love to have been at the meeting, the next meeting where they're like, well, on to new business. And someone's like, I think we should build another one. And everyone's like, oh, come on. And it's like, no, hear me out. Hear me out. I really think we should build a second one. And I have some ideas.
We've got the institutional knowledge now, so it won't take nearly as long.
I would love.
You know, Darth Vader wasn't on board at first. He was kind of embarrassed by Kevin. Like, please don't bring it up. Please don't bring up the Death Star thing.
We talked about that at that party. I had 2 Romulan ales.
Yeah.
There are Romulans in this too.
Sure. I would love
I do think the.
I want to stay and see them get their murder trophies for all the murdering that they did, but I have to go. Unfortunately,
we have to let them go.
Right.
Yeah, they gotta go.
If you love 3 brothers, you let them go.
I'm so inspired by you all. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I'll just periodically rejoin the stream. Steve's on.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Farewell.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Love to do some plugs. Just want to say if you
Out of here. Cut them.
Bye.
No plugs. No time for plugs, Dr. Jones.
All right. And here we are at the medal ceremony. Very fine matte painting work in this. And it's very ceremonial, even though these guys are all friends.
Look, I mean, Han is all buttoned up now.
Yeah. And here's a big medal for you.
Okay, here we go.
He likes it.
Everyone's getting a medal. Han
Here's
gets it. Nailed it. Deserves it. Okay, now who's up next? Oh, little flirty glance, and now Luke gets a medal. He's giving the nods.
That's it.
Okay,
2
and
medals.
Chewbacca, and now Chewbacca waiting for a medal. Chewbacca is waiting for a medal.
Only 2 medals.
What?
Honorable mention.
Only 2 medals. Only 2
And
medals. This is the
and
worst Olympics I've ever seen. Only 2 medals.
Is the end of the medal ceremony.
Wow. Wow. George,
There you go.
you know how to make them. What can I say? You know how to make them.
That's how you make a Star Wars.
That's how you make a Star Wars. That's a good talkie.
And so exciting. So exciting to see the adventure continuing from hour to hour to hour. Even though we are now in hour, we're entering hour 14. Is that right?
Yes. So we're going to hit the halfway point in the middle of this next film.